Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here with my favorite cousin Gio that I talked about in my last video.
Hello.
But anyways, today we are going to be talking about the NHL and what we think is headed for next season, who we think is going to do good, who we think is going to do bad, who's going to make the playoffs and who's going to win the cup. We're going to be talking about all of that in this video today. And we're not really using facts or stats or too much. We're just doing some fun. Hope you guys enjoy it, and thank you. So anyways, first, we're going to be looking at the teams who were in their divisions last year. So, maybe we don't even need to look at that, but so Boston, so in the Atlantic, it was Boston, Toronto, Tampa, Florida, Buffalo, Ottawa, Detroit, and Montreal. And so, yeah, that was last year. Now we got to think of where these teams are going to place next season in the standings. Hold up. Apparently, I don't know how to number up to 8. Very good start. So I'm going to just A, M, C, and P, and then I'm a 1.
Oh, yeah. This will be
Sorry.
hard. Are you ready?
Okay, so now like Boston, Toronto, Tampa, Florida, Buffalo, Ottawa, Detroit, and Montreal were the way they were last year. So I'm giving that as an example. So then we're going to say like whatever order we think they're going to be in this year. So
placing them.
So yeah, we're going to place them where we think they're going to go
next
season. And we're going to be we're going to be starting off with Boston because they were first last year in the Atlantic Division. But like just because they start off first like doesn't mean we have to put them in first or like last or whatever. We start with this team thinking of how good they will do next season. This is all just for fun. So where do you think Boston will sit at the end of next season? I don't think they're going to be first on the league again. I don't think that should have happened. I think what happened to them in the playoffs pretty much explains their run.
Yeah. They started off really good.
And then they just blew the
series.
And
then they blew off the playoffs.
Like the Toronto Maple Leafs always do. Sorry for calling you out. Not actually. And I know Keegan's never going to watch this video, but Keegan, Vegas is better, just saying. Like, Eichel's better than your entire team, even though Matthews is on your team. He's still better because he won a cup. You guys are trash. Dog water, 0 PR. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to start that. But anyways, so what do you see? So the first question we're going to ask about every team is, do we see them making the playoffs? She's outside. It doesn't matter. Somebody's coming. I don't know who. Okay, anyways. I think Boston...
I'm gonna put them third.
It's tough. I think Boston's gonna do good, but I don't think they're gonna do that good. I'm gonna put them at 4. I'm gonna put them at respectively 4.
Okay. Yeah, they started off good, and then the playoffs, they had a 3-1 series lead.
Yeah, so now let's start off so now we go to Toronto. Where do we think Toronto's going to place? I want to say they're going to be first. I say first. I think Toronto's going to have a exceptional season with these trades that they have been making.
Let's put them at second for me.
Yeah, he puts them at second. So then we have the Tampa Bay Lightning. I do not think they're making the playoffs. I actually think they're going to be like 5th or 6th. I cannot decide.
I'll put them on 5th. I think 5th.
I'm going to put them at 6th. I'm going to put Tampa Bay Lightning at 6th. I think their core's gone. Vassie's washed up a little bit. And yeah, I just don't see them going any further than they did in the playoffs this year.
Okay.
So
now we got the Florida Panthers that were excellent.
Now we got the Florida Panthers who were excellent in the postseason, just didn't have the numbers in the regular season. I'm gonna put Florida at. Let me look. I'm looking at these other teams here. I'm gonna put Florida at 2, a respective 2.
Rex,
So
I'm gonna put them at first.
not a bad thought. I mean, they've done it before. They've done all that kind of stuff before. So, anyways, so they're gonna be second for me.
Now Buffalo had no chance in the playoffs.
I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs, but I think they are gonna do better than they've done recently.
So I'm putting them 6th.
I'm gonna put them 5th. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put them 5th. Now this is where it gets tricky because I still have 3 left open, and it's between Ottawa, Detroit, and Montreal. But anyways, forget about that. We got to go to Ottawa. Now Ottawa, it's like I feel like they're gonna do somewhat good, and I want to think that Brady is gonna get some playoff action, but at the same time, is Ottawa going to make the playoffs? You got to think, and I don't see them as being like because like that's basically the best team last season in this right now. But like you never know, like because it's gonna be a gamble with Ottawa all season. They might be really on the cusp of a wild card spot, not able to get it, or they might be like complete trash, like worse than the Habs almost. Because I don't think Detroit's making it, so I'm gonna put Detroit at 7th. They're not moving anywhere. It's just
I put Ottawa 7th, Detroit 8th.
So
and then Montreal 4th because they got youngsters.
I probably because now it's between Ottawa or Montreal for 3rd, and well, I want to say my gut says like my gut and the stats say Ottawa, but I'm gonna have to put Montreal. Ottawa's gonna be dead last, I'd say.
Well, there you go.
In that division. So let's tell the fan or the people watching what our divisions look like so far.
He goes first.
In the Atlantic Division, I have it being Toronto, Florida, Montreal, Boston, Buffalo, Tampa, Detroit, and Ottawa.
Okay. Let's start.
Let's see what you have.
So for Atlantic, I got Florida 1st, 2nd Toronto, 3rd Boston, Montreal 4th, Tampa Bay 5th, 6th Buffalo, 7th Ottawa, and 8th Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty close.
Not a bad list at all.
Yeah, and now we're moving on to the Metro.
Yep.
So first we got Carolina. Excellent.
I don't think they're going to do much dropping if that. Although I will put them at 2nd just because I don't want to gamble it too hard. Carolina's like, they don't have balls. I hate to say it, but Carolina doesn't have balls. They don't have the balls to make these trades, like to get the people that they need to push that next step because they're playing too safe. They're playing too normal and safe. That's why they lost to Florida in a sweep, which is why I'm going to have to put them at 2nd.
I'm going to put them at 3rd because, like we said, they don't have balls.
They don't have balls at all.
So I'm going to put them at 3rd. So let's go.
New Jersey. So now we got New Jersey. I don't think they're going to be as good this season.
But I think they're still going to make the playoffs.
But I think they're still going to make the playoffs, so I'm going to put them at 3rd.
We'll put them at 4th. They're still youngsters, too.
They're still young. They have lots of room for improvement, which is the reason why I think they might not do as good as they did this season, but they'll still be good. Okay, so now.
New York Rangers.
That
made it to the playoffs.
I'm saying, well, they made it as a wild card. They didn't seem as crazy, but I think they still have a chance, which is why I'm going to... Whoa, that does not look like an N. Which is why I'm going to put them at 4th.
I'm going to put New York Rangers 5th. I don't think they have a chance to make it in the playoffs this year.
Okay. Well, 5th, you could still make it if you have the right amount of points. It's just...
Yeah. Just hard.
Yeah, very hard. So... Now, Pittsburgh. I kind of feel... New York
Islanders?
Is it New York Islanders? Oh, yeah, New York Islanders, not Pittsburgh. Okay, with the New York Islanders, I'm a keep it for real. You guys ain't making the playoffs. You guys are not. Like Sorokin's good, right?
Sorokin's the goalie.
Yeah.
Ilya
Sorry. Yeah.
Sorokin.
Yeah. Okay, he's pretty good. But other than that, your team sucks. They ain't like they were when they versed Tampa those couple years. So I'm gonna put them at 6 or 7. Let me see these other teams here.
I put New York Islanders at 6.
I'm putting them at 6. Yeah.
They don't have a chance.
I don't think they have.
Last year, excellent run. And
excellent. Like they made the playoffs and that's it.
I'm so happy.
Jalen's team got screwed. Screw you, Jalen. If you're watching this, why weren't you at ball hockey? You could have been goalie. I kind of dropped the ball, but yeah.
But yeah, anyways, now
so let's
Pittsburgh.
Continue. Pittsburgh, I think they're going to have a phenomenal season. I think this is going to be one of the last pushes they ever have until Crosby retires, which is why I'm putting them at first.
And we'll put them at 2nd.
And then, yeah, I know that's pretty bold of me to say. But now, okay.
Now Washington,
I'm going to put them at 5th. They could make it as a wild card spot if they get lucky. But I think it'll be a gamble.
So I put them at 7th.
I'm going to put Washington at 5th. Just because they also want Ovi to get another chance. Okay, so now...
The Philadelphia
Flyers. I don't see them doing any better than they did last season.
I think they have some improvements.
I think they have very few improvements. I mean, they got a good goalie that they are going to have, so that is one of the biggest improvements you can get.
Because they need a goalie. Like Carter Hart.
It was Carson Bjarnason, right?
Carter Hart.
No, but now they have Carson Bjarnason. Yeah. Right? It was Philly, right? And, yeah, okay.
Now he's going to replace Carter Hart because Carter Hart, he was good, and then now he's getting old, man.
And if you saw anything to do with the Brand New Vikings, you saw some of the saves that this goalie knows how to make, Carson Bjarnason. So I am still going to have them at, it's either 8 or 7. I think Columbus has to do better. So I'm sorry, but I'm going to still say Philadelphia is 8th. And 7th is Columbus.
I said Philly's first.
No way. You're joking, right?
No. I think Columbus 8th because they need improvements. Like, come on.
Oh, you did actually put them first.
Okay. So I said for the Metro, I said Philly first, 2nd is Pittsburgh, 3rd is Carolina, 4th is New Jersey, 5th is New York Rangers, 6th is New York Islanders, 7th is Washington. And because, yeah, Ovi's...
He's getting old.
Yeah, so...
He's good and all. He has a chance to break Gretzky's record in 2 years, but...
And then 8th is Columbus Blue Jackets. Pass it over.
Okay, so for me, it is Pittsburgh, Carolina, the Devils, the Rangers, Caps, Islanders, then Columbus, then Philly. So, not too big drastic changes of what actually happened, but, some divisions don't change.
It's Columbus CBJ.
Yeah, I know, but I did, because Cole and, but I just did that because I can.
Okay, now we're moving on to the Central.
Okay, so
we're going to go with the Colorado Avalanche.
First. We're not putting them first, Auntie. We're just talking about them because they were first.
As she is an Avalanche fan.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
that all came crashing down, didn't it?
As they lost to Seattle in the first round, so
anyways, okay, let's see. I think Colorado's going to feel like that was a wake-up call, that they shouldn't let it slip away that easy. But I think there's going to be some pretty good teams. It's going to be a pretty hard... I think it's going to be pretty hard for teams to really get... Like
Jonathan Drouin is coming from the Montreal to Colorado.
I just think it's going to be hard for them to compete with some of the other teams in this group of the Central Division.
I think they have a chance to make it in the playoffs.
I think they're still making the playoffs. I don't think they're missing. I just don't think they're going to be like first or second. I think they're going to be third, which is why I'm putting Colorado at third.
As I put Colorado in second.
That's not a bad choice. But the reason I didn't put Colorado in first or second was because of Dallas. I believe Dallas is going to be first in that division this year. There's basically no doubt in my mind. Dallas.
I say Dallas in third. Dallas third.
That's an interesting take, but I can't argue. Okay.
Okay, now Minnesota.
Minnesota.
No.
I feel like, let me look at all these teams here. Absolute hot garbage. So I say Minnesota's either going to be fourth or second or fourth. But where do I want to put them?
I say Minnesota
I'm
fifth.
going to put them fourth.
Minnesota fifth.
Okay. Because now we have
Winnipeg Jets.
Sixth. Or no, eighth. Or no, not eighth. That's too hard.
I say
but
sixth.
I say sixth because everybody else is also hot garbage. Because they lost everybody. They lost basically everybody. They're losing everybody.
Pierre-Luc Dubois is now for the LA Kings.
Hellebuck's trying to get out of there.
Yeah.
Wheeler, or all these people are trying to leave, just like they're trying to leave Calgary.
No, I say Nashville first. I say Nashville.
Which is why I think that it's going to be Nashville is going to be... Because it's either Nashville or St. Louis is going to be second. Because it's not going to be Arizona or Chicago. I refuse to believe. So I'm going to put... Yeah, I think Nashville can be second.
I say Nashville first.
Yeah, I say Nashville second, St. Louis fifth.
St. Louis fourth, and then
I say
Arizona's eighth, and seventh is Chicago. Because Chicago has Connor Bedard, first overall pick in the 2023 NHL draft. So my prediction for the Central is first is Nashville, second is Colorado, third is Dallas, fourth is St. Louis, fifth is Minnesota, sixth is Winnipeg, seventh is Chicago, and the last one is Arizona. Because
for me, my Central it's going to be Dallas, Nashville, Colorado, Minnesota, St. Louis, Winnipeg, Chicago, and Arizona. And then in a few years, maybe Chicago gets back up there. I'm thinking maybe we got to make one of these videos every year or something. Maybe we'll find out.
Yep.
Find out in a year. But okay, so now we got the last
Pacific.
division is Pacific.
So
the superior division. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, Gio. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna start off with the Vegas Golden Knights, the defending champions. I think they're still gonna be pretty hungry for it. So I'm gonna put them at number 2. I don't think they're gonna be crazy.
Vegas.
But I think they're going to be I think they're second.
I say Vegas in fourth. Vegas fourth.
All right. Yeah. Anything can happen.
Maybe third.
I think Vegas.
Third.
Yeah, I think Vegas is making the playoffs guaranteed. It's almost a guarantee.
So third. I say third.
Yeah.
Okay, now with the Edmonton Oilers.
With the Edmonton Oilers, do we really even have to ask?
Yeah.
They're first. They're going to be first.
Yeah, I say Edmonton second.
I say Edmonton first because they're so good. They just need goaltending.
And the goaltending is a problem in Edmonton.
No, the goaltending's good until the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a problem.
Because they have McDavid.
You guys can
Draisaitl.
come on, you got Campbell and Skinner. We've seen those two can be good. Edmonton's just bad. Get that coach out of there. I don't know why you think this pedophile-looking Crawford.
Okay.
Looking.
Now, anyways.
Or Woodcroft, right?
Jay Woodcroft.
Yeah.
Okay, now third, the LA Kings.
Okay.
Outstanding.
LA.
Made a playoff, and they lost to the Edmonton Oilers.
Which wasn't surprising. Although what was surprising is how LA lost a 2-0 series lead.
Mm-hmm.
That was disappointing. I kind of wanted to verse them there, but Vegas still won the cup, so it doesn't matter. I say LA is
I say LA fourth. So that's pretty good. They're still a playoff. They're still a playoff team.
Actually, I changed my mind on LA. I'm putting them at 6th. You'll see why later. I put LA at 6th. Okay?
Now the Seattle Krakens, the new team, excellent
I'm
run.
putting them at 3rd. I'm putting Seattle Kraken at 3rd after they beat the defending champions. They know what it takes to get somewhere. The second round, Game 7. But I think with a few more moves, they can be a tough team to play against in the playoffs.
I say Seattle first. They're a new team, new roster, pretty good and pretty new team, so I think they have a chance.
Yeah. And I feel like the crowd's also got to be nice. Like, Seattle's finally getting a hockey market again after so many years, you know.
As now the Winnipeg Ice for WHL. Now it's in Washington. So yeah. Now let's go with the Calgary Flames.
Okay, so the Calgary Flames
missed the playoffs by like 2 points.
Missed the playoffs barely. And I think it's time for them to be in a rebuild. They are in a rebuild. They've lost their roster. They're not going to be good.
So I say they're going to be 5th.
I say they're going to be 7th. Or no, 5th. Yeah, 5th sounds good. Not 7th. Not 7th. Sorry, Chev. Not actually.
Yo, Chev, you should watch this.
Yeah, you should watch this.
Okay, now we're going to go with the Vancouver Canucks.
I see Vancouver's going to be 4th, actually. I know. Hear me out. I got my 4th slot open. Am I really going to put San Jose or Anaheim before I put Vancouver? No. So I think Vancouver could make the playoffs. But is it a guarantee? No. Then I'm gonna put Anaheim at 7th and San Jose at 8th because, I mean, come on, when is Anaheim gonna get good with this roster they've been gifted?
For the 2023 NHL draft, they picked Leo Carlson. They should have just picked Adam Fantilli.
Bro.
So that's why.
Well, we'll see. Maybe.
Anaheim is gonna be 8th.
By the way.
Thanks.
So yeah.
So what's your things?
So I have Edmonton, then Vegas, then Seattle, Vancouver, Calgary, LA, Anaheim, and San Jose. So now, before we can actually get into the playoffs, we got to say how many points we think each of the teams are going to get this season. We're not going to say the wins or anything because that's too specific. We'd have to do the math and everything because of all, blah, blah. We're not going to do that. We are going to put how many points we think they're going to get. Each team's going to get this season. And yeah.
So for my Pacific, it goes Seattle, then Edmonton, Vegas, LA, Calgary, Vancouver, San Jose, and of course, Anaheim.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is so for the points system, we are going to be going from each division, like the first in each division, we're going to put how many points so that we can find out who's winning the President's Trophy in our list. Then the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. We're going to see, the bottom of the league. We got to, have this so that we know what's going on here. Okay? So, Toronto, I see them getting 109 points.
I say Florida, 110 points.
Okay. Then I think Florida and Montreal are going to be almost tied. I think Florida's going to be at 104. Montreal's going to be at 102-ish. So yeah. Then I think Boston is going to be at 93. I know it's a pretty big drop. And Buffalo at 87. Tampa at 80. 85. Then these other teams, I think Detroit's... Wait, how many points did the Habs end with? Do you know?
Above 50 points.
70-ish? probably?
Like 60.
60 something?
I say.
So I think it's going to be a pretty balanced NHL this year-ish.
So for my points.
Now, I might be way off with these points because I don't know what I'm actually doing here.
Me too.
But, okay, so...
You want to go first or do you want me to go first? I'll go first.
Well, actually, I changed my mind. We're not going to do, like, going from the number one spot in each division. We're just going to do the divisions first. So, hold up. I'm almost done. Almost done.
Is that 70?
76. Okay, so you can go first if you want.
Okay, so for the points in the Atlantic Division, Florida is 110 points. Toronto is 107 points. Third, Boston is 100 points. Fourth is Montreal with 98 points. The fifth is Tampa Bay with 78 points. Buffalo is 67 points. Ottawa is 54, and Detroit is 47 points.
That is a very unbalanced NHL. Right there. For me, I got Toronto at 109, Florida at 104, Montreal at 102, Boston at 93, Buffalo at 87, Tampa at 85, Detroit at 79, and Ottawa at 76. Not that bad.
Okay, now Metro.
Now we got to make up our points. Do you already have yours? No?
Nope, not yet.
Okay, I'm making mine too. Okay.
Done. Okay, mine is for Metro. Mine is Philly's points is 109. Pittsburgh's 106. Carolina's 102. New Jersey's 98. New York Rangers is 92. New York Islanders is 86. Washington is 78. And Columbus Blue Jackets is 68.
And for mine, I have Pittsburgh at 111, Carolina at 108, New Jersey at 105, the Rangers at 96, Washington at 89, Islanders at 80, Columbus at 74, and Philly at 62.
There you go.
Okay. So now we go on to the Central Division. Now we think of our points up there. Okay. So I have mine. I don't know about GL. He's going to have his soon, though. Oh, okay. He wants me to read mine first. So I have Dallas at 114. And, okay, so before, disclaimer, I know people might be coming at us like, well, those point totals aren't even possible because it'd have to be like blah, 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 blah. We don't care. I'm only using the point totals to show who's going to get in the playoffs, who we think is actually going to make the playoffs. These point totals don't actually matter, matter to us. Like, It's just because we're not having the first 4 teams in every division do that, because that's not what we think is going to happen, because a team that we could think would do better than another team might not make the playoffs because their division is stacked, you know. So anyways, I have Dallas at 114, Nashville at 111, Colorado at 99, Minnesota at 94, St. Louis at 83, Winnipeg at 78, Chicago at 76, and Arizona at 59. I think they're doing trash this upcoming season again. They don't know how to do anything.
Okay, so for mine, I got Nashville at 104, Colorado at 99, Dallas at 94, St. Louis at 89, Minnesota at 78, Winnipeg at 72, Chicago 64, Arizona 62. That's going to be the tightest one. Arizona and Chicago, because they both kind of suck.
Okay, so now let's get the last division, which is the Pacific. Okay, so, we're not reading them out, we're just writing them, unless you already have yours.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you do? Damn. Hold on, let me do this fast then. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So I have in the Pacific Division, it's going to be a lot less stacked. I think Edmonton gets 106, Vegas gets 105, very close. And then Seattle at 98, Vancouver at 95, Calgary at 86, LA at 85, Anaheim at 73, and San Jose at 69. And I wasn't intending to be funny, it's just what I thought of.
What did San Jose?
69.
Okay. Okay, you ready? So for mine, Pacific is Seattle at 111 points. Edmonton is 104. I know that's a big drop, but it could happen. Vegas at 99, LA at 94, Calgary at 89, Vancouver at 62, San Jose at 54, and Anaheim at 47. Like I said, Anaheim could be worse.
Okay, so now we've gotten all our teams. Now we see we take the first 3 in every division. So first in the Atlantic is going to be Toronto for me, then Florida, then Montreal. Then in my Metro, we have Pittsburgh, Carolina, and New Jersey Devils. Then in my Central Division, I have Dallas, Nashville, Colorado, and Pacific, I have Edmonton, Vegas, and Seattle. Okay, so we already have 4 matchups. 4 of the 8 first round matchups, okay? So the first 4 matchups in my thing are... Okay, so the first matchup is going to be Florida and Montreal in the Atlantic. In the Metro, it's going to be Carolina and New Jersey. In the Central, it's going to be Nashville, Colorado. In the Pacific, it's going to be Vegas versus Seattle, the 2 newest expansion teams. So, okay, now we calculate the... Okay, so... Yeah, you say yours.
Okay, for Atlantic, I got Toronto and Boston, beauty rivals. Second, we got for Metro, I got Pittsburgh and Carolina. Central is Colorado and Dallas, and Pacific Edmonton and Vegas.
Okay.
Ayrton.
So yeah, now we look at. So now, Gio, I don't know if you know, but you take the Eastern Conference division and the Western Conference division, and you to get the wild card look. So it goes Minnesota and St. Louis and Vancouver and Calgary. So luckily for me, is 86 points more than Minnesota's? No, because Minnesota's at 94. So I think actually, so now for the Western Conference, the two wild cards are going to be Minnesota and Vancouver, I believe. And hold up. And it's going to have Vancouver versus Dallas. So hold up. And then it's going to be Minnesota as a wild card against Edmonton. So for the so the first four matchups, or just no, the four matchups of the Western Conference. So 8 teams, 4 matchups. It's going to be Edmonton and Minnesota. So I'm going to say the number 1 spots in the wild cards are going to be Dallas and Vancouver, Edmonton and Minnesota. Then the 2 and 3s are Nashville and Colorado and Vegas and Seattle. Okay. So that's my Western. So now my Eastern, let's see. So I have...
It's like this, right?
Well, luckily for me, I didn't actually do any crazy wild cards like we've seen in the past. So let me see yours. Yeah.
And then this. And this.
Wait, what? So let me see here. It would be...
Or would it be...
So I would actually... It could be a dice roll, but it's literally whoever you think would have more. I would probably say in that scenario...
I say
that's tough because they're tied, but he's going to put St. Louis because they're ahead in their own division, so there's no reason.
So yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so for mine it would be Seattle versus St. Louis for the first versus wild card in the Pacific.
And then it'd be LA versus Nashville.
Yeah, LA versus Nashville in the Central.
So write that down. And then, so now I got to look. Okay. So I didn't actually do any crazy changes. I have all the 4 teams in each division making the playoffs, which didn't have to happen. It could have happened, but it doesn't have to. But anyways, so now the wild card is, so for Toronto is going to be versing Boston. And Pittsburgh is going to be versing the Rangers.
And then mine would...
Or wait, no. That was very wrong. I did that completely wrong. It's actually going to be Boston versus Pittsburgh. Because Boston has the least amount of points. And Rangers against Toronto.
And then mine would be, for Atlantic, would be Florida versus New Jersey. And then Metro would be Philly versus the Montreal Canadiens.
Mm-hmm. So now we got to make our playoff bracket. Well, that was kind of a bad bracket start.
Oh my gosh.
I messed up completely.
I don't know
What the hell is that? A reading lamp?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Hold up, I quite literally messed it up. Okay, so this is a better bracket than what it was looking like, at least. So hold up, I'm just writing all the playoffs matchups. And whoever's on like the top of your like card thingy is who's like has more points, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Who has home ice advantage is the one on top.
No, which one is Eastern?
Hmm?
Oh yeah, this is Eastern, right?
No, this is Western, this is Eastern. But like on here it's actually Eastern than Western. But I'm doing the brackets like how I know the brackets. So like you see that, and then it's gonna be like okay. Wait, that's just one area. Then I got. Oh, wait, we also forgot to tell them who we have being the President's Trophy winners and who we have being the last at the league. So my President's Trophy winners is actually going to be Dallas, and the bottom of the league is going to be Arizona.
Mine is President Trophy goes to Seattle, and the last in the league, will go to. Oh, it's a close one. I'm gonna go with Anaheim. Anaheim's the last in the league. Oh yeah.
Oh, wait, oops. Okay, so now let's discuss our first round matchups and then say who we think's going to win. So we'll start in our first matchups in the Western Conference. Okay, so have you made your matchups yet?
Mm-hmm.
You got them all?
Yep.
Okay, so let's discuss the first matchup. So
What do you want to start with?
I guess, well, we're going to start at the top, so you got to start at your top.
Okay. You go first.
So for my first round matchup, or for the first matchup in the West, I have Dallas versus Vancouver. I actually think Vancouver is going to pull an upset on the President's Trophy winners, just because they're the President's Trophy winners. I think Vancouver takes this in 6.
Okay, I got for the first matchup in the West, I got Seattle versus St. Louis. So I think St. Louis will upset Seattle because they're the President Trophy in 6 games also. So I think St. Louis is taking it against Seattle.
Okay, so now I have Nashville and Colorado for who versus Vancouver. I think I think Nashville wins this in 7.
Okay. I got Edmonton versus Vegas. It's gonna be a close one. I'm gonna go with Vegas in 5. Upset the Edmonton Oilers. So Vegas and St. Louis. Second round. Now your turn.
Okay, so now I have Edmonton and Minnesota. I say Edmonton absolutely steamrolls them. I think it's going to be a sweep.
Now I got Nashville and LA. It's gonna be hard. Nashville never been in the playoffs for a long time, so I'm gonna go with LA.
Okay.
LA.
And so now for my last matchup, it is Vegas versus Seattle. I think Vegas wins in 6.
And for my last matchup also, Colorado versus Dallas. That's going to be a close one. But I'm going to go for Colorado for this one.
So now in our so now we go to the eastern side. So now I have Toronto versus the Rangers. I say Toronto in 5 ever since they broke the curse, so now, yeah.
I got Florida and New Jersey. I think Florida will take this one.
Okay. And I have Florida and Montreal in 6.
I got Toronto and Boston. Best rivals you can get. So I'm going to go with Toronto for this one.
Okay, so now I have Pittsburgh and Boston. I say Pittsburgh in 6.
Okay. I got Philly and Montreal. Montreal in 6.
And I have Carolina and New Jersey Devils. I think Devils redeem themselves. I think Devils take it in 6.
And I got Pittsburgh and Carolina. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh.
So now
First round has been completed.
So now it is second round. So I have Vancouver versus Nashville. I say Nashville wins this one in Game 7. Okay, now you do your second round matchup.
I got St. Louis and Vegas. I'm going to go with...
It doesn't matter what you pick. I really don't care.
I'm going to go with Vegas in 5. Vegas in 5.
Not bad. Okay, so I have Edmonton versus Vegas. I think because they versed last year and Vegas has better goaltending, I still think Vegas wins, but I think this time in 7. So I say Vegas in 7.
Okay. I got LA and Colorado. Pretty close, but I'm going to go with Colorado.
Okay, so now I have Toronto and Montreal. Montreal in 6.
I got Florida and Toronto. I'm going to go with Toronto for this one. Toronto in 5.
And I have Pittsburgh and New Jersey. I just want to see Pittsburgh go on a run, so I think they're going to take this one in 5 games. So now we have Nashville and Vegas.
And I got Montreal versus Pittsburgh, and I got Montreal.
So now we are in the conference finals. And we don't have much time left on this video, so I just got to kind of go faster. Vegas sweeps Nashville in the conference finals to go to the finals, I say.
I got St. Louis and Vegas. I'm going to go with... I got Vegas and Colorado, so I'm going to go with Vegas.
And now it is Montreal and Pittsburgh. Unfortunately, this is where I see the end to an absolute crazy run for Montreal. I think Montreal loses in 6, unfortunately.
Okay.
And Penguins win it in 6. So now we are in the Cup final of 2024, unless you aren't.
Toronto and Montreal. I'm gonna go with Montreal here.
I don't know how he's not in the Cup final yet. I didn't realize I went ahead of you that hard.
Okay, now I am.
Okay, so now I have Vegas versus Pittsburgh. I'm gonna say Vegas goes back to back, wins it in 6 games.
Okay.
What do you think?
And I think for Vegas versus Habs, this is
In the finals?
Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be hard.
Just say
Uh,
it's either Vegas or it's Habs. In that matchup, I still think Habs win because
I
of
say
what they
Habs.
did. Okay, Habs in what, 7?
Habs in 7.
Okay, so that is the video I have, or that's not it. So we have Dallas. I have Dallas as President's Trophy winners. I have Arizona being dead last. I have Vegas winning again against Pittsburgh.
And I got Seattle President Trophy, last place, Anaheim, and maybe the Habs winning the Stanley Cup 2024.
Yeah. If you guys just lost track of what was going on, you can rewind this video and watch it back. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.